I'm Lauren.
I'm Skyla.
I'm Anastasia.
I'm Haley.
And you're watching Teen Talk on OurKidsNews.com. So today we wanted to talk about something, it's kind of a controversial subject, but we wanted to talk about same-sex parents and how that affects children. So what are your thoughts?
Well, same-sex marriage it's been a really controversial, what you said, topic. It's been very serious. Like, everybody was like, no, that's against, like, the Bible. That's what everybody wants. But over the years, I feel like it has been more accepting.
I feel like it's been happening since the beginning of time. Like, whether you say it's natural or whether you say it's, like, it happens. Like, people, like, men have been liking men and women have been liking women, since, like, people liked each other in the first place. So it's just nowadays, I feel like it's more accepted, I guess, or like maybe it's social media that's bringing it into a better perspective for people.
My question is, like, if you know how children are, like, how children react to their parents, their mothers, their dads, but if they have parents of the same sex, how do you think they end up turning out, or
I did some research on it actually, and there were a few studies that showed that a lot of kids who had same-sex parents were more likely to be accepting of other people and more compassionate, and that's not to say about everyone. Of course, there's exceptions to everything.
Yeah.
And that a lot of same-sex parents and a lot of just going through adoption services, a lot more people are more qualified to be better, better adults, better parents for these kids because they're going through that whole laborious process to have the child instead of just accidentally having a kid, like we've talked about before. But yeah, I think that same-sex parenting, if you truly love someone and you want to start a family and you're not affecting anyone else, I feel like that's a good thing.
And I feel like schools are starting to, like, become more aware of, like, gay, because my school especially, we have the gay, straight, bi, trans alliance, like, where you all come together, everybody, straight, gay, whatever you are, we come together and realize we are one. We are from the same, like, if you think of it in, like, a Christian way, we are, like, from Adam and Eve, God, like, everything, we're no different. Just because who we love doesn't place us where
doesn't, like,
in
make
our
you who
religion.
you are,
yeah,
or, like,
exactly.
how you act. It doesn't.
Exactly.
And even if you feel like, even if you're, like, religious or if you believe in the Bible or God or whatever culture you come from, even if you believe that it's wrong for a man to like a man or a woman to like a woman, I feel like those feelings should stay personal. I mean, of course you can talk to people about it, but just to the point where it's not offensive.
Yeah, like, there's no need to, like, be, like
if they're not hurting
them
you,
or shouting it, like,
why.
just leave it to yourself, because you're doing more damage than you are helping anything by doing
But
that.
I feel like for same-sex parents, I feel like every kid, because we've talked about this in a previous segment, like, every kid should have a mother and father role. Not saying that it's wrong to have same-sex parents, because I accept it, I think it's fine. But I feel like maybe if they have other family members or people there to play those roles, so they make up for it, so they do still have a guide, like, to.
I feel like a lot of relationships, like, I hope I'm not speaking out of turn here, but I I have gay friends, and they tell me there's always, like, a masculine kind of figure in the relationship, and then, like, the feminine one. But, like, that's not for everyone, of course, but, so, and usually, like, she was talking, there was this one girl I'm friends with, she has 2 gay parents, and they're her dads, and she has, like, a nanny that kind of helps with, like, the feminine side of it, but she also,
like, that can help, because you can't, like, no matter if you're gay or not, a guy cannot be a mother, like, he doesn't give birth to someone, so, like, you should always have, like, a feminine person to, like, guide you or talk to.
Let's say it's 2 girls, I know they have, like, one girl's, like, the girl and one girl's the guy, but it's not the same as, like, having a father there. So, like, it's okay, like, I don't mind it, but I'm saying, like, there still needs to be someone else to be in there to give them that fatherly, like, advice and fatherly figure, because 2 girls are still going to have feminine ways, so.
Yeah, I know my friend, just like your friend, but he grew up with 2 girls as his mom, and his uncle actually plays a role as the fatherly figure. He's always over the house, to man him up, toughen him up. He plays football. Like, you would never guess that, where he came from.
Yeah.
And so there is a way to get that manly, masculine figure.
Yeah, speaking of, like, relationships and kind of, like, parenting roles, what do you guys think about, like, divorce and how that affects
Well,
kids?
as a child, my parents are divorced, and going through that, I feel like, a lot of kids think that it's their fault, because I felt like that at one point. But I think kids have to learn that it's not their fault, and like the parents usually, they do have a good reason. And a lot of times divorce, you may not think that because you're a child. It can be a good thing because it's better having two parents that are happy apart from each other than to be unhappy together, because my parents weren't happy together, and it was like constant like arguing in the house, and that's not good. But now that it's like they're separated, it's fine, and like it's more of a happy environment no matter like if it's one environment or two environments. So
I remember like divorce was a thing that I kept on hearing myself, and then it was to the point where at first I was like, what? Like, excuse me? And then to the point where like, if you're happy, that's what makes us happy. And then like seeing your happiness, that's what I like revolve around. Like, if you're happy, I'm happy. If you're sad, like I'm sad. So like to the point where when it involves your kids, it's like you want your kids to be happy, but realize they're not in a happy place when you guys are always like
So do
butting
you
heads.
think that parents are, so you think it's a good thing, they're not being selfish, or?
not in my opinion,
No,
no.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think it's being selfish. I mean,
I feel like
you can think they're being selfish because when you're a kid, obviously you're gonna think,
yeah.
why are my parents splitting up? Like you're not gonna really
It's
know.
so
But
weird
once
not
you
seeing
grow
mom
into it
and
and start
dad
to cope
together.
with it, yeah, you're gonna understand like why they did it and how it's helped and what the good parts
Like it's
about it.
different when like, you know, like some parents when they get divorced, the parents will be like talking each other, like
They
bad
talk
about each
about
other.
it,
Yeah.
Like that's when it's like a little like
Difficult,
It's
or
yeah,
rough.
make it hard because like you're like it's your own mom
Yeah.
talking about your own dad, or your own dad talking about your own mom,
Yeah.
and it's like
I think
do I
parents
choose
need to
a
be more
side,
mature
or-
about it.
And that's why my parents, they didn't talk bad about each other, but if they ever like if it even came close, I would like tell them like, okay, that's my mom or that's my dad. Like don't like they may not. And a lot of parents, they don't realize it because they're thinking of their own feelings, like they were once married to them, so they're going to talk about it. But I let my parents know, don't talk about it around me. Like, it's uncomfortable because then you have to go with your dad this weekend or your mom, like, and then you have to think about that. So, like, parents should just be mindful of the fact that their kids, that they still have two parents and they have to be mindful that they shouldn't talk bad
yeah,
about
that
them.
they still have like want to be with a
Yeah.
good relationship with both of them.
And I know like a big topic for divorce with like kids is kids feeling like it's like because of
Their
me
fault,
they're getting
yeah.
divorced. It's like, what did I do wrong?
A lot of kids who have parents that are divorced end up doing drugs or like going into juvenile, like doing bad things, and that's probably because they mainly blame themselves. But it's like never really your fault.
I feel like we all just need to just, you know, realize that these type of things happen and not everyone is compatible with each other. And parents just need to realize that their kids need to understand what's going on and kind of accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this has been Teen Talk on OurKidsNews.com. I'm Lauren.
I'm Skylar.
I'm Anastasia.
I'm Haley.
Bye.
Bye.